Good morning, everybody. Strength and sobriety. That's what I'm talking about today, and I want to go into detail about how we can gain strength in our sobriety. First of all, you get sober. Then what? Then what happens? Is life better? Is it easier? Do things just come simple? I don't think so. There's keys and there's techniques we can use, and I can share with you how I got to where I gained all the strength that I needed in my sobriety. So in 2018, I was working at a Home Depot. I was working in the hardware section. I was putting together a tool chest. I had a gentleman come up to me while I was sitting there on the floor putting this tool chest together. And he said, you know what it's like to be sober? There's nothing like it. There's two guys. We're just sitting here, standing here, talking one-on-one. We don't need alcohol to have a better life. We don't need drugs to feel better. It's just us two sitting here talking. Isn't that awesome? Isn't that all we need? He says, I try to tell these guys that work for me, they're going out to party after work. It's Friday. They're going to get drunk or get stoned or whatever. And I try to tell these guys, you don't need that. You don't need it. I mean, it's just a habit. It's one of those things that you start to form, and you don't really have to have it. I watched a video yesterday with Dennis Quaid, and he said there's 3 steps to addiction. There's fun, then there's fun and problems, and then there's problems. And now you're stuck in your addiction with just problems that you have to face. And I always knew when I was a drinker, even at that time in 2018 when that gentleman was talking to me about sobriety, I was in the clutches of addiction. I still knew what he talked about because I was a binge drinker. I drank a lot. I'd have hangovers the next morning, and typically I wouldn't drink the next day. And I did that for pretty much all of my 20s, some of my 30s, and I might not drink for 2 days because of the rough feeling that I had after that binge. So I might go a day or two with sobriety, and I knew what it felt like. But it was on that second or third day where I'd just have another binge. I would drink again. I'd go at it again. I'd feel crummy again, and it just went on and on repeat. So when I was talking to that man at Home Depot, just a customer, in 2018, I found that I knew what he was talking about. I knew he was right. I think he had been sober for a few years, 5 years, 10 years. I don't even know how long. I think he told me, I think it might have been up to 18 years or something like that. But the point was that he was telling me these things that he felt, and he didn't know my background. He didn't know that I drank the night before. He didn't know that I was probably going home to binge tonight. But you know what? He shared that with me, a perfect stranger. And you know what? I never forgot that. I never forgot what he said to me, because he was right. We can live a better life sober. And that's really the point I want to get across today. There's strength in sobriety. When I quit drinking, sobriety was key. Not drinking was the key. As the months went on, as the years went on, I started to grow in my faith in the second year. I started going to church. I started growing in my faith. Around the third year, I started making these videos. It's only been a few months now, but I started practicing way long before I started making videos. I started practicing. I'd delete my videos. I would just practice. And now I'm at a point where I'm able to just get on camera, talk about my thoughts, talk about my feelings, and there's strength in that. Am I perfect at it? Absolutely not. I'm going to Toastmasters in a couple weeks. I'm going to work on the ums. I'm going to work on the crooked smile, and this is part of it. I'm going to, kind of cover up some of my blemishes or my crooked smile with some hand gestures and move on. And that's just how it is in sobriety. There's so much out there. I'm not turning to alcohol ever again. I don't see a need for it. It's not worth it. It's not necessary. Alcohol is minuscule. Even just one or two, it messes with your prefrontal cortex. It numbs your thought process, and you make poor decisions when you drink. It doesn't matter if you have one, two, or 10. That's what alcohol does. It kicks in your prefrontal cortex. It kicks in the front part of your brain that thinks rational thoughts, puts ideas into your mind on what to say and how to respond and react to other people outside stimulus. So that's where I am, and that's where the strength comes in. If I can do it, anybody can do it. I guarantee it. So have a great day, everybody. Have a great sober day. It's a beautiful day out here. It's Friday. Where are you going this weekend? What are you up to this weekend? Maybe it's lunchtime for you. Maybe it's, I'm going to be posting this around noon, maybe Eastern time. Maybe it's lunchtime. Maybe you're going to be watching this. It's dinner time, or it's Friday night. You're getting ready to go out and party, or you're thinking about drinking. Maybe think again. Is there something else we can do tonight? Is there anything else I can do tonight? Is there other things habits that I could form instead of that old thought pattern of drinking? I guarantee you won't regret it. You'll wake up tomorrow, you'll feel great, and you'll want to do it again. And that's where we are. That's where I am. I hope you found solace in this video. I hope you found some hope. And I pray for everybody that they get to experience what a sober life is like. Have a great day, everybody. Peace.